Our questions left unanswered. Welcome to the Pesach Perspective.
Ma Nishtana הלילה הזה מכל הלילות, מכל הלילות.
The Pesach Perspective is in honor of the Refuah Shlema, the complete and speedy recovery of HaRav Amitai ben Shoshanna, Leah, Mintche, Gittel, and Shaul ben Berta. The Pesach Perspective is in loving memory of Edward Ben Efraim, Shlomo Ben Edward, and Yirachmiel Daniel Ben Gedalia. May their souls be uplifted and may their memories be a blessing. We are about to celebrate Pesach, the holiday of freedom. After cleaning our homes to near perfection, we eat ancient but spiritual bread, the Matzah. We drink 4 cups of wine in honor of our liberation, and more importantly, we remember, recall, and relate the story of our Yirachmiel, of our exodus from Egypt. One of the more notable parts of the Seder is the asking of the Ma Nishtana, the 4 questions. Typically, the youngest child at the table will recite the Ma Nishtana, the 4 questions, followed by all the adults. If there are no children present, then all the adults together ask the Ma Nishtana. The 4 questions, the Ma Nishtana, examines and describes some of the differences between the Seder night and the rest of the year. We begin with why do we dip not once but twice during the Seder night? Why do we only eat matzah over Pesach and on chametz? Why do we specifically eat maror, bitter herbs? And lastly, why do we recline and lean back during the Seder evening? Interestingly, we do not answer this specific question, rather we give a very generic response, for we were once slaves to Pharaoh in Egypt. Furthermore, we do things at the Seder for the sole purpose that our children should ask why, and once again we reply, for we were once slaves to Pharaoh in Egypt. Why don't we answer specific questions of the Ma Nishtana, of the 4 questions, and the many different customs we do during the Seder? Rabbi Sachs, of blessed memory, writes in his introduction to his Haggadah that freedom, in the biblical sense, is responsible self-restraint, which is entirely not natural, because freedom is an individual duty with a collective responsibility. Contrary to the natural order in human societies, as in the animal kingdom, that the strong prey and dominate the weak. Nothing is more challenging to implement than a society with the equal dignity for all. Just imagining it requires an immense detachment from our current world. We give a generic response rather than a specific answer because only through the historical experience of a nation born in slavery can true freedom reign. In fact, the whole Seder experience is one inherent contradiction. We eat matzah, the bread of affliction, yet we lean like kings. We eat maror, bitter herbs, yet we drink wine as a tribute to our freedom. Truthfully, our entire existence is an enigma. We have been and are systematically oppressed and persecuted for being Jewish, yet we have outlasted all those who have tried to destroy us. We total less than a percentage point of the world population, yet we lead the world in charity and philanthropy. We are God's unanswered question to the world. As Heinrich Heine, a German poet from the 18th century, puts it, since the Exodus, freedom has been spoken with a Hebrew accent. The Jewish people exist today only due to God's immense wisdom, love, and compassion for us. And hence, we teach everyone at the Seder table. In every generation, a person is obligated to feel as if they themselves are leaving Egypt. We cannot just say the answers because it will not do it justice. We must declare that everything that has and will happen stems from God leading us out of Egypt in direct defiance of the world order. In those days, in these times. May we merit to celebrate the ultimate redemption and celebrate this Pesach in Yerushalayim with the Korban Pesach in the 3rd Beis Hamikdash. Have a joyous and meaningful Pesach.
אתה בן חורים